Natalie, in the next year, there's still lots of milestones that'll be hit, still lots of work to be done, and of course, still lots of money to bring this home for Toronto and Vancouver. But today marks the official one-year kickoff to the FIFA World Cup, with events taking place in Niagara Falls. There's the unveiling of a countdown clock today. Countdown clocks will also be unveiled in Toronto and Vancouver, of course, the two Canadian host cities. Toronto will have 6 games at BMO Field. 7 games will take place at BC Place in Vancouver. So officially the World Cup kicks off 365 days from now. 1 year from now in Mexico. Then it's 1 year plus a day. The focus will shift to Canada with the first ever men's World Cup match. Team Canada playing on Canadian soil. The finals will take place July 19th at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. Here's more from the Minister of Sport, Neil Lumsden, and Peter Montopoli, the Chief Tournament Officer from the FIFA 2026 Canada operation, on what to expect 1 year from now.
Continually want to be the best to host, train, and develop athletes here in Ontario. And the World Cup is going to set that bar even higher. Again, biggest tournament on the planet is going to be here. How good is that? And how lucky are we?
Canada has a big part of the FIFA World Cup. Even though we don't have the most matches, we have a big part of welcoming the world. And this is a symbol today of welcoming the world to Canada.
So along with the buildup of excitement over the next year and the potential for an economic boost, as supporters will tell you, there's a potential GDP benefit for Canada of $1.2 billion with the operations happening in Toronto and Vancouver. But the costs associated to put on the matches and everything that goes along with it are also a considerable concern, as the cost for hosting these 6 matches in Toronto has been pegged at $380 million. The Fed's kicking in just over $100 million. The province has pledged about $97. And in terms of work that needs to be done, Natalie started this by asking, is Toronto ready? Well, there still needs to be thousands of seats added to BMO Field, as well as upgrades to BC Place, too.
And Scott, as you say, there's been so much discussion about the cost leading up to this event and the organization that needs to happen between now and then. When we actually get to that point, though, what are Team Canada's chances of making the World Cup finals? What kind of show can Canadian fans expect here?
Team Canada right now is ranked 30th overall in the world, and they have been on an historic rise over the past couple of years. Of course, qualifying for the last World Cup was quite an achievement, quite an accomplishment. The excitement was muted a little bit after the performance from the last World Cup, but under head coach Jesse Marsh, Team Canada has been on the rise once again over the last several months and year or so as they lead up to the World Cup now, as you say, 1 year away. So ranked 30th has been a great achievement for Team Canada, but of course there are the top teams in the world, incredible talent in Argentina, Spain, France, England, Brazil. The list goes on. So there's a realistic expectation that Canada could potentially get out of the group stage and get to the all-important knockout do-or-die games. And once you get to those matches, then you'll see how you compare against some of those top teams. So it'll be a great show, and there's expectation that Canada could do well. Making it to the final, that might be a tall task, but we'll have to wait and see.
Okay, CTV's Scott Hurst with the 1 year countdown to the FIFA World Cup in Canada. Thank you, Scott.
Thanks, Natalie.